Alright, so in today's video, I'm going to talk about why it's so important to be cautious about who we let into our social circle. I'm going to get into why some of us have eyes to see and ears to hear and others don't. We're going to talk about Satan's fall from heaven, the Garden of Eden, and last but certainly not least, I'm going to try to give some insights concerning how I believe God might have felt during these events.
I should have known the Jedi were plotting to take over! Anakin, Chancellor Palpatine is evil!
1 Corinthians 15:33, Be not deceived, evil communications corrupt good manners. You are the people you surround yourself with. Obi-Wan knows that Palpatine's no good. He tries to warn Anakin about him. Like so many of us who can see what's going on in the world and others can't, we try to warn them. I think there's three types of people. There's those who can see, there's those who can see when shown, and those of us who just can't see despite all our efforts. And I'm not quite sure the reason for this. Maybe it's because of their unrighteousness. God doesn't allow them to see. Also, it just seems like some people are NPCs, counterfeit humans walking around. Sounds harsh, but that's what I believe the case may be. Who can tell? Anyways, Anakin Skywalker was given prophetic dreams about Padme dying during childbirth. Palpatine makes him an offer he can't refuse, an offer that seems too good to be true. And it was. He basically ends up making a deal with the devil, and that never works out very well. Certain people, those of us chosen by God, we have a lot of empathy towards others. We want to help everybody, but you have to have a balance. Too much apathy is never good for anyone. There are nice narcissistic people who will try to take advantage of our kindness and mistake it for weakness. They don't even end up feeling sorry about the harm they cause others. Discernment is key here. All you can do is pray for some people.
From my point of view, the Jedi are evil!
So Isaiah 5:20, Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil. So because of his unrighteousness, Anakin can't even tell the difference anymore. He cannot discern between good and evil, between light and darkness, between sweet and bitter. If the light in your eye is really darkness, how great that darkness is.
You are lost!
Obi-Wan tells him he's lost. He's in darkness. He can't see the truth because of his unrighteousness. He traded the truth of God for a lie.
Server Anakin! I have the high ground! You underestimate my power!
So this is how Satan might have felt. We know he was very beautiful. The scriptures tell us his vanity, his pride, caused him to sin. And also, I think he was jealous of man's dominion over the earth. And so God's punishment for this was very just. He ends up giving him dominion over the whole earth, just like he wanted. So yeah. You think you can do it better than me? Let's see. Let's see how that works out, I think, is what happened there.
Try it!
So in the Garden of Eden, the serpent, Satan, tempted Eve, being the weaker vessel. Adam got to see God create things. Eve never did. And so she was easier to get to approach. But of course she knew, just as well as Adam, that what God had to say about the tree of knowledge of good and evil and not eating the forbidden fruit thereof. But she did it anyway. We don't know whether or not God told her specifically, himself, or if he simply relayed the information to Adam to tell her, but either which way. She knew better, and she told the serpent as much. The serpent said, "Did God say?" He questioned the word of God, and questioning the word leads to contradicting the word, and that's what he did, and she gave in to sin. And then God cuts the serpent's legs off as if to say, "Your argument has no legs to stand on." So the serpent would have been also, people believe in reptilians and all this stuff. And that's what he would have looked like before his legs got cut off, a humanoid reptile figure. Take that how you want to.
You were the chosen one! It was said that you would destroy their sin, not join them! Bring balance to the force, not leave it in darkness!
A lot of emotion there. Satan used to be in the Garden of Eden. He had everything, and he gave it all up. His pride, his vanity, his jealousy and envy got in the way of, perfect picture. What more could you want? But he wanted more. He wanted it all. So he wanted to be like God. There's only one God, and now he gets to be God. He gets to be the prince of the power of the air. He gets to have rule and dominion over this earth to a certain extent. I mean, God still has the final say. He only has the power that God gives him, but nevertheless.
You were my brother, Anakin! I loved you!
Job 38:7, when the morning stars sang together and all the sons of God shouted for joy. It's important to remember, Jesus and Satan, they used to sing together, they used to worship together. I mean, they were like brothers in a sense. And he messed all that up. There's no going back. God has to punish sin. Some people think, oh, angels are autonomous. They're like robots. No, I believe they have free will, just like us. And he made his choice. God made his. He had no other option. Tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. A lot of people overlook this verse. Sounds pretty gnarly. I mean, Jesus and the angels are sitting there watch, Satan and his angels and all the people that took the mark of the beast. I know Revelation 14:10 pertains to those who take the mark of the beast, worship the beast and his image. The mark in the right hand of the forehead there, but Matthew 25:41 also depart from me, ye cursed, into everlasting fire prepared for the devil and his angels. So they're all going to end up in the same place. They've all got the same fate, the final destination there, and it's not good. It's not good at all. Yeah, that's it. I hope it's edified, blessed somebody, gave some insight into how God might have felt during these events, because we don't, we often overlook God's feelings, how he might have felt about certain things, and I think it's important. Genesis 6 as well, It reminds me of Genesis 6:5. And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. So God was sorry that he ever even made mankind the first time around to begin with, because man was just flat out evil, and every imagination, all his thoughts was only evil, and it made God sad. He didn't want to flood the earth, but he didn't have too much choice in the matter. I mean, you can't just let a bunch of evil people go walking around and messing everything up. So it grieved him at his heart. It wasn't a light thing for him to do that, I don't think, or cut the serpent's legs off, kick Satan out of heaven, but it's had to be done. I mean, he's a morally perfect God. He has to punish sin. So there you go.